First Minister, the central scenario in the Scottish Government's medium-term financial strategy, published in May this year, which does seem like a lifetime ago now, factors in a 2% annual pay award for public sector workers, where the Bank of England expects inflation to reach 13% by the end of this year. So how will the Scottish Government find the money, given the chaos imposed by the Chancellor last Friday, to ensure public sector workers receive pay increases necessary to meet rising living costs?
First Minister.
Well, I mean, that is in large part what the emergency budget review is seeking to deal with. I've mentioned the inflation erosion of our budget, the £1.7 billion, which is really significant. But pay deals to date, and some significant pay negotiations, of course, are still underway, but I think pay deals to date are costing in the region of £700 million, more than was budgeted for when we passed the budget. So, you don't have to spend too long thinking about the impact of that to realise that it is substantial. Now, to be very clear, I think it's right and proper at a time of soaring inflation that we do everything we can to give public sector workers a decent pay rise. I don't think public sector pay is something we should be trying to bear down on for the sake of it. I want to give public sector workers a decent pay rise, but we have to be able to pay for it. And that is why some of the difficult decisions that we've already been talking about here are inescapable for us. And the emergency budget review is seeking to make sure that we can free up the resources in our budget to fund exactly that and other ways of supporting people.
Kenny Gibson.
Okay, so Scotland's income tax receipts continue to grow more slowly than the rest of the UK, which, due to fiscal framework arrangements for block grant adjustments, has significant implications for future Scottish budgets. So what action is the Scottish Government taking to grow the tax base and fully utilise other devolved tax powers to ensure the sustainability of Scotland's public finances?
First Minister.
I think the latest outturn for Scottish income tax indicated that revenue exceeded the block grant adjustment in 2021, which actually has the effect of meaning more money for us to invest in public services, but there is challenging projections in future years. This question really relates back to your last question to me in large part, is the work we're doing principally through the strategy for economic transformation to sustainably grow our economy, to create and support high-skilled jobs, to widen and deepen Scotland's tax base, and all of that work is critical to making sure that our revenues for investment in public services stay strong. There's also the review of the fiscal framework underway. There are some inherent aspects of the fiscal framework that are particularly challenging for devolved administrations and work against us, and therefore in the context of that review, even putting aside some of the argument that we would make for greater fiscal flexibilities, I hope we'll be able to address some of these particular problems.
Okay,